Hi designers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's class, we're going to be learning how to draft the pattern for this double-breasted lapel collar jacket. For this video, you are going to have to start with your basic bodice. So if you do not know how to draft your basic bodice, I have a tutorial on that on my YouTube channel. It will be linked in the description box below. First thing we're going to do is to extend our center front line. So I added a bit of pattern paper and I extended all the lines, my bust line, my chest line, my waistline and my hip line. Once you've done that, on that line from the center front, you're going to mark 5 inches outward, 5 inches from your center front. This 5 inches is just a guide. You will not necessarily use it for your dress. Once you've done that, next thing you're going to do is to mark out 2 inches from your center front line. The line I just marked out, you're going to ignore that line, it was a mistake. So from the center front, you mark out 2 inches. This 2 inches is going to act as our button overlap for the jacket. Once you've marked that out, you can use a straight ruler to connect all your lines and then just mark it like so, how I'm doing it on the dress. Once you've determined this line, the next thing you are going to do is to determine your break point. Now your break point is that point where your jacket folds, where your collar folds when you fold it. So for me, my break point, it can be anywhere on the dress, but for me I want it to be on my waistline. Once you've determined that, you connect that waistline to your neckline, just as you saw me do in the video now. After that, on that 2 inches line that you made on the collar, you are going to come out by 1 inch or 1.5 inches. Now this is for your lapel, this is for your notch. It can be, depending on how bold you want it to be, it can be 1 inch, 1.5 inch, 2 inches, but mine is 1.5 inch. And you connect to that your break point, wherever your break point is, that's where you connect to. Then you cancel the 2 inch line that you initially drew, and now when you check it, you see that your collar is coming together piece by piece. You extend that your initial neckline, and then next thing we're going to do is to go to the back pattern and measure what you have on your neckline for your back. On my neckline for my back, I have 3 inches, so you transfer that 3 inches to the top of your front. So you add extra pattern paper and then you draw a straight line, just as I'm doing. Connect it from that initial line that you drew to your break point. Then you mark 3 inches from your shoulder line. I'm sorry that you cannot see what I'm doing up there, my camera setting was not. So on that extension that you just made, you're going to come out on the side that has your armhole by 1/2 inch and then connect to your neckline. Now the line you're going to use to connect does not have to be straight, it just has to be very slightly curved. Once you've done that, you draw a slant line that points towards the up of the collar and you measure 2 inches or 3 inches depending on how wide you want your collar to be. Now on this front notch that we've done, you come in by 1.5 inch and you come up by 1 inch and then you mark. Now this is how open you want your notch to be on your jacket. You can also come in by 2 inches and come up by 2 inches too. Once you've done that, you just connect like I'm doing, and then you use a curved line to connect both points from your notch to the head of your collar. And now once you are done, this is what you get. The next thing we're going to do is to transfer our bust dart to our shoulder line. Now the bust dart for your jacket is usually not as firm as for your bustier, so it is just 1 inch and nothing but 1 inch. Now on your shoulder line, you're going to measure the half of it, measure it and mark half of it, then connect that line to your dart leg. Once you've connected that line to your dart leg, on the bottom of your dart, you also extend that line downwards, since you are dividing your pattern totally. On your back, you also do the same thing. You measure half of your shoulder line, connect to your dart, and the bottom of your dart you also extend downward. Once you have done with this, you go to your back and you do your back tightening. This is because our back is not straight and we need that curve. So you come in on your back waistline by 1/2 inch and connect to your hip line and neckline of your back. Once you're done with this, you can go straight to cutting. Now before you cut, I need you to watch this video so that you don't make any mistakes. Watch exactly how I'm cutting. So as you're cutting your front, you're cutting your collar separate from the bodice of your jacket, just as I'm doing in this video. Notice how I am cutting mine. Now when you get to your shoulder line that I am cutting now, you also notch that line so that you can close your bust dart. Close it down and use your paper tape to seal it, just as I have done in the video. Then you continue cutting every other thing just as it is on your pattern. Now note that this pattern is without allowance. This pattern is without allowance. So whatever you are doing when you are transferring on fabric, know that you are going to add your sewing allowance, your ease allowance, and every other thing. In the next video, I'm going to teach us how to sew this, cut it on fabric and sew it properly without any issues. If you found this video useful, please like, share and subscribe. You can also comment on this video and click the notification button so that you get informed every time that we post videos. This is a pattern drafting channel and you learn to draft patterns, different types of patterns. Thank you for watching this video. See you in our next tutorial. Bye.